So the question has told us that both the surfaces are smooth. And what does that mean? No friction. So if I analyze object A, the trick is to analyze one force at a time. A को अगर मैं analyze करूं तो tension is taking it on the right. Is that right? And it will go on the right. Any force that is resisting this motion, any force on the left, no force whatsoever. So if I analyze A, there is only one force acting on right, and that is the resultant force. So tension will be equal to MA. Certain force is mass into acceleration. इस बात का बिल्कुल ख्याल रखा करो. So if I analyze A, I'll say for A, the tension is equals to mass MA. Mass of A is 1.6 and I do not know the acceleration. Is that right? Now, what about B? If I analyze B, what is the direction of the tension? Tension is up the slope. Is that right? Weight of B is vertically downward. Is that correct? And a component of that weight is acting down the slope. And that component is W sin 30. मैंने बताया actually हम draw यहाँ कर लेते हैं, but it is acting over here. Yeah, this is 30, this will also be 30. Remember, the force that you are dividing into components, that is always supposed to be the hypotenuse. And the two components are supposed to be perpendicular. So W sin 30 is taking it down the slope. Up the slope is tension. Any other force in this plane? Nothing. So weight hai W sin 30. If I'm analyzing B, W sin 30 minus tension is MA. Weight is 24. Sin 30 half hota hai, ab le lenge. Mass is 2.4A. You can solve these two equations simultaneously and tell me the value of T. So here 12 minus T is 2.4A. Is this clear? Can you solve these two simultaneously and tell me the tension and the acceleration? Make sure you write both these equations down. 12 minus 1.6A is 2.4A. 12 is equals to 4A. A is 3. Tension is 1.6 times 3. So tension is 4.8 newtons. This is where we'll end up. With the first part. The second part of this is given instead that the horizontal plane is rough and that the coefficient of friction between A and the horizontal plane is 0.2. That means now another force, friction, is acting at A. So if I just want to draw that force, friction is acting at A and it will be taking it or opposing the motion in this direction. This is friction. Is that right? So now if I'm analyzing A, the tension will obviously change. First, I'm analyzing it parallel to the surface for A. Tension to the right minus friction should be equal to MA. Tension minus mu R should be equal to MA. Tension minus 0.2 R is 1.6A. And now if I analyze it vertically, R must be equal to the weight of A. R is acting upwards. This is R, the normal component, and weight is acting downwards. There are no other vertical forces, which is weight and which is 16 newtons. Is that right? So R is equals to the weight, which is 16 newtons. So R is weight and R is 16. Weight is mg, mass 1.6 into 10. So T minus 0.2 times 16 is 1.68. Is this clear? Write it down. And what about B? B pe to again, it's still smooth, no friction whatsoever. So weight hai W sine 30, same equation, but now the value of tension will change. So W sine 30 minus tension is MA, M is 2.4, weight is 24. So 12 minus T is 2.4A. Now the question is asking find the total distance traveled by A. How far will it travel? How will we find this? पहले तो इसको समझो. Let's find acceleration first. Let's do the question bit by bit. Find acceleration first. I'm not concerned about the tension, so I won't spend much time on it. Plus 0.2 से करेंगे तो 32 3.2 आना चाहिए. 1.6A plus 3.2, and you can plug it in. 12 minus 1.6A plus 3.2. is equals to 2.4A. So 12 minus 3.2 is 4A. And what is the value of acceleration? Yes, class? Make sure you write everything down. Exact. 12 minus 3.2 and then divided by 4. 2.2. This is the acceleration when B is pulling A. When B will go and it will hit this, after 1 meters, A will no longer be accelerating through 2.2 meter per second square. The question tells us that okay. So as long as B hits this part, there will be no tension on the string. So after 1 meters, A will no longer be traveling via this acceleration. So for the initial motion of A, question ne pucha hai ki how far does A travel? Find the total distance traveled by A. So for the first motion of A, acceleration is 2.2, displacement is 1, initial velocity is 0. I know this. Is that right or wrong? Can you find the final velocity? U square plus 2AS. Into A. I'm keeping it as it is, square root of 110 upon 5. I'm keeping it as it is because I need this in the future parts. Okay? This is the final velocity according to the first motion. Do we have an agreement? The moment B hits, there is no more tension. What are the forces that are acting on A? As soon as B hits or tension khatam, the string becomes slack. What forces are acting on A? It's still on the rough surface. Friction is the only force. No other force. Friction will be causing some deceleration. A will start to slow down. If someone is pulling you by the string and they release you, or they cut the string, or the string becomes slack, so you will eventually slow down and come to rest. Is that right? So now for this motion, I do not know the acceleration, but I do know that friction is this 0.2 into this. So this is the friction 3.2, and this is the only force acting. Mass is 1.6 A. Second motion without tension as the string becomes slack. So can you find A? A will be A will be 2. But remember, this A will be deceleration because the motion is towards right and friction is acting towards left. It is deceleration. It will cause the object to slow down. इसका मुझे initial velocity पता है, the final velocity of the previous one. इस motion की initial velocity है बेटे या नहीं है? इसकी final velocity is 0. इसका A is -2. And I need to figure out S. Is that right or wrong? So V square is equals to u square plus 2as. v 0 है, u स्क्वायर की जगह मैं डायरेक्ट 4.4 लगा देता हूँ, प्लस 2a is -2 and s. So what is the value of s? 1.1. So total distance traveled by a is 1.1 plus 1, 2.1. Clear है? पहले 1 meter and then 1.1 meter when it slowed down due to friction and came to rest. It still hasn't reached the pulley. Remember this thing. So that motion is not a part of your syllabus. ऐसे भी कि वो pulley पे reach कर जाए and then what happens? So in almost all the motions they'll tell you it does not reach the pulley when there is a doubt. So in this one पहले 1 meter due to tension, खींचा किसी ने, tension हट गई, string slack हो गया. So it continued to move without the tension because of the friction. It slowed down and came to rest after 2.1 meters. Is that right? Clear हो गया?